Hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss something that affects so many of us because I could see more often this has been a question which has been raised by many of my clients as well. So today we are going to talk about something very special, very important topic altogether, and it's hope you're going to enjoy this particular live session, and you can take so much of notes and start implementing any of these practical strategies that I'm going to share with each one of you. All right, so let's get started. Did you know that 77% of the professionals have experienced burnt out in their current job, which is the current scenario in India right now? And I was, one of them many years ago. And then let me tell you that burnt out was just isn't the issue about working long hours and all that. It is also about neglecting the things that you really matters the most. That was the thing that I was also going through, and today I want to share with you some of the inputs, some of the actionable habits that you can implement so that you can find balance and prevent burnt out, and before even it hits you. Okay, so let's get started. My first question, before even I could get started, I want to ask you this question. Have you ever found yourself exhausted, stressed, and feeling like you know uh, you are running on empty? Kind of, you feel you are not you feel like you are completely on a hollow thing, kind of a stuff. Then it means that you are not alone. There are, what I would tell you is there are millions of people around us today going through the same kind of scenario, especially people who are working in IT industry and all those industry. They are going through a similar kind of challenge. But what if I could tell you there are few small tweaks that you can actually do in your day to day life that can actually make a huge difference, and you can prevent yourself getting burnt out. Okay, so let's straight away get into the content. Let's talk about what habitual changes, what habitual routines that you can actually change so that you don't need to get into the routine or the life of getting burnt out from your current challenges. So the first and foremost thing I could see that many of them, especially women, they do see that there are always kind of people who think that I have to do things on my own, everything has to be done on my own, kind of person. But what if I could tell you the first and most important factor that someone should follow is they have to start delegating things. We often feel that we need to do everything ourselves, but the delegation is the most important key. Whether you are at home, you are at office, or you are passing on tasks to other person, can actually drastically reduce your overwhelming situation and allow you to focus on things that really matters you the most. Because this thing I really wanted to address as the first thing, because many women today, they feel like they are you know kind of they have the tendency in India that they have to do everything on their own, kind of a stuff. So that's the first thing I want to talk about. And the second important thing I want to talk about is about setting boundaries. I know for the fact I keep telling this quite often in my lives, quite often in everything, in my content and everywhere, because setting boundaries is one big challenge. It's a big one, in fact. Set clear boundaries on your time, because especially after work hours, create moments to recharge so you don't definitely feel constantly on, kind of a person. And remember, it's okay to switch off and switch on between multiple things, because you often feel that you are saying yes to many things, and because of which you get stuck in a trap that you are constantly in a mode where you have to be delegating yourself. You have to be you have to be on other people's commitments rather than on your own. So please remember that. And that takes me to the next point, where say no more often. That is very important. People think that when I say no, it is always selfish. No, it is actually not like that. Saying no is not selfish, it is actually necessary. And when you say no to things that drains us, that really means no nothing to us, we are actually saying an yes to things that we are valuing most in our life. So please understand that when every time when you say an yes to someone, you are actually saying to things that really matters you the most. And I hope This is one important thing that anybody and everybody have to start doing it, so that they can stop getting burnt out as easily as people are going through right now. And the next important thing I want to talk about is move every day. Movement isn't just about good for the body, movement is also great for your mind as well. Find a form of movement that you can enjoy the most. You can actually feel yourself connected, kind of a stuff. It kind of maybe a self reflection time, maybe a time where you actually do things that you love to do the most. For me, it's like, whenever I do some exercise, I also listen to music, because both are, equally important for me. So you can actually combine that. Maybe it's whether it's a walk that you self reflect while you are walking, a yoga kind of a thing, a quick workout, whatever it is for that matter. Understand there's a daily movement routine, a physical, to develop your physical strength and also your mental resilience. This is going to be a game changer in your life. And have you seen all those people who are in physical activities? You could always see a huge difference in their mindset. They don't get easily stressed out, they don't get easily burnt out, kind of a thing. So it is because of this particular reason, because when you do more of a moment, you will feel connected, you will develop resilience for yourself, right? And the fifth and the important thing is, I could say that it has become a culture that in IT companies, in many industries, that alcohol is kind of becoming a common during weekend, during a party, and party is becoming quite often during the weekends and all that. We could see some culture around alcohol nowadays quite often. But trust me, this might be the tough one for someone. But limiting your alcohol intake during the week can actually make wonders. Because it is okay if you are on your own on the weekend, that is absolutely fine. But during the week, if you're going to have alcohol, it optimizes your sleep. And when you stop taking alcohol during the weekdays, particularly when you are at work or kind of things, it optimizes your sleep, it improves your mood, it also even boosts your memory and your energy levels. People don't realize that. People think that they want to be sluggish, kind of a thing. But it is always okay when you do it over the weekend. But during the week, please restrict to that. But I'm not here to say that you don't take completely restrict alcohol and all that. But I know for the fact that it has becoming kind of a cult kind of a thing. But what I would suggest you, it is good if you completely stop it, or if it is okay, at least you go ahead and restrict yourself on a certain days of the week, meaning a weekend or your holidays kind of a stuff, not during your regular working time. And the sixth most important thing is, when you are actually not connected to your loved ones every day, it also means something important to us, right? You feel frustrated, you feel like what is happening on the other side. Even those things unconsciously will create some kind of frustration inside you. See, nothing beats a quick chat or a message, or to someone, a call or something, that you can connect with someone you who care the most to you, or you care most to them. So take a few minutes every day to connect with your loved ones. Have some family time. It's not necessary that you need to sit together for a dinner kind of a thing. But please be connected to your loved ones. You may be working from different cities altogether, leaving your family aside and all that. But trust me, when you are connected with your family, connected with your loved ones, it reduces quite a lot of stress and helps you feel completely grounded. It's a magic pill, I would say, right? And the next important thing I want to tell is about avoiding doom scrolling on social media. It's easy to fall into the trap of social media rabbit hole, but it is quite often lead to some negative thoughts. Limit your scrolling time and replace it with some activity that will uplift you, kind of maybe a physical activity, or maybe something which you can focus and do the most, kind of a stuff that you can start doing. And very important, plan for the next day at the end of the day. Meaning, when you have enough plan in your hand, you are actually well prepared for the next day. Because most of the time, what is happening, when you are not prepared for your day, then you feel very burnt out and frustrated, because you have so many things in a given point, and you are not able to handle it well. So what I would suggest you is spend a few minutes planning for the next day, it is a great way to optimize your productivity and reduce your anxiety about what lies ahead. And of course, I know for the fact 99% you can rely on your plan. Rest 1 to 5%, it's okay. Things would happen surprisingly, but you still have the 99% of the day in your hand that you can handle it. So please understand that. And while you are actually focusing on all these things, remember that self-care is a very very important, and people often feel self-care is kind of a luxury, self-care is being selfish and all that. But understand this, it is very very essential. Develop a routine that helps you to find peace, whether it is reading or journaling or meditating or whatever it is for that matter, or going for a massage or anything for that matter. Please understand, self-care routine is mandatory, it is not a luxury. And you need to also start engaging in activities that will energize you, because you need to take time for things that truly lights you up. It is not about you're doing things that somebody has planned it for you. See, many of the time when I speak to working professionals, they always say that they go for work because they have to get out of their financial trap, they have to earn for their family and all that. But when was the last time you have spent time in something that really really makes you the you love to do it, it energizes you and all that. It could be a hobby, kind of listening to music, watching an inspiring video, something that will make you feel alive, right? And the most critical element out of all the factors that I have been talking until this point is about consistent bedtime, which most, I would say, like most of the people today are facing this challenge, particularly in India, where there is growing number of culture of night eating, nighttime travels and all that. We don't realize the fact that we are actually moving away from our circadian rhythm, and we are causing so much of illness to our body which we don't even realize it. But please understand, when you try to go to your bed on time each day, a consistent sleep routine can improve your brain function. It can help you in better decision making, and you will feel a kind of groundedness, because sleep is very, very important. I today see the younger generation feels that sleep is something that they really don't care about much, but sleep is quite important, so you need to understand that. So what I wanted to tell you as a conclusion is that it is so easy to put yourself last, but the truth is that we all deserve to feel happy and be balanced in our life. So burned out can be a creep upon us, but these small and consistent steps, consistent habit, can make a huge difference in your life. And you can, it's not necessary that you need to start everything at the same time, but you can start making one step at a time and start small. Pick 1 or 2 habits and incorporate them each week at a time, and then slowly build it up, and you will see a huge difference in the way you feel about yourself. And remember, it's better to prevent a burnout rather than to overcome it, because it's quite easy for anybody to feel that burnt out situation. And just let me know, do you have any kind of habits that can help you stay balanced, that you are using right now, that you are actually feel that okay, this is the one thing that is keeping me hold it for a long time? Then share that in the comments below. And if you found these tips which I shared with you very useful, then I would definitely tell you, please save this and share this video to any of your friends or family members who really really need to know about this. And let's make well-being a priority, and even a small step at a time would save a huge difference in our life, and in of course a huge money as well, because you are actually saving your health and mental wellness and all that. So, and we are going to meet with a completely different topic next time. So until that time, take care and have consistent routine of following some of these